Hello and welcome to Eye of Gnosis Tarot. My name is Ewan and welcome to another Valentine's reading for 2025. Today we are looking at the Ethereal Visions deck and we are going to do a what I call the Temple of Love spread, which I don't think is its proper name, but that's what I call it anyway. Straightening out my mat there. So yes, hello Gemini, welcome to your relationship reading for Valentine's Day using this deck. It's a very beautiful deck, an Art Nouveau deck. I usually use the Thoth Tarot deck, this one, but I thought this one looked nice for Valentine's Day, so I will be doing this for the Temple of Love reading. So this can be for prospective relationships, past relationships, or current relationships, and it is for Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus signs. We're including Venus because it is Valentine's Day. And if you don't resonate with this reading, that is absolutely fine. Go and have a look at your birth chart, which you can find online for free in many places, and see where your other placements are. If you have Gemini in one of those, but you have, say, I don't know, Taurus in another, go look at my Taurus video and see if that reading relates to you. Of course, there may be some cross-watchers here, hoping that they're the other person in this reading. So I'm just going to go through what the reading is, see my relationship to Gemini, and then we'll start. So the way this is going to work is we have your column here, which is going to have your thoughts, feelings and actions towards the relationship, and then it's their column, which is going to be exactly the same. Then we've got what you bring to the relationship, what they bring to the relationship, what the relationship is like now, and then we're going to have the near future, the mid future, and finally the far future. I say finally, we're going to have the shadow card, which is the card at the bottom of this deck. I'm not looking. And that is going to be like something to be mindful of. A warning might be a bit of a strong word, but could be a warning. And we're going to put our predictions for that in the comments below, and I'm going to try and predict it too, depending on what we get in the spread. You can predict now if you think you go clairvoyant, but I would recommend to wait for the cards to be put down. So now the next part, I always usually go through how the sign relates to me, just to be honest, when I'm doing the reading. So in terms of Gemini, it spans my 6th and 7th house. I use Placidus, and my South node in Gemini. So Gemini is kind of my comfort zone, but it's what I'm trying to progress through towards Sagittarius, my North node. Getting from the details up to the bigger picture, from pupil to teacher, hopefully. All teachers are pupils. The best teachers are pupils. Anyway, let us get on with the reading then. We're going to start with your thoughts. Gemini, which is always very interesting. I wonder whether we're going to get a swords card. The mind boggles at a Gemini's mind. It's a fantastic place, but a little bit scary at times. Okay, so we're going to put your thoughts towards this relationship, Gemini, so just keep in mind somebody special to you. Okay, we've got the King of Pentacles, also known as the Prince of Pentacles in the Thoth deck, and that's fantastic. So I think I said in the Taurus video that the King, or the Prince of Pentacles, is like the person who fertilizes the soil and makes sure that all the weeds are out. He's the heir of Earth. It's like the wind going over the fields. Okay, and we're going to look at your feelings at the moment, Gemini, towards this relationship. The Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Putting things to chance, are we, Gemini? There's nothing wrong with that, actually. There's nothing wrong with putting things to chance. Just make sure you made a wise decision before spinning that Russian roulette. But I think with the King of Pentacles, you have. Let's have a look at the other cards first. So your actions regarding this relationship, Gemini. The Two of Pentacles, more Earth energy. Okay, so the Two of Pentacles is change. It's actually one of my cards. It is Jupiter in Capricorn. I was born on the 23rd of December, so that card is mine on the deck and wheel. That's fantastic energy there, if I say so myself. Okay, wow. So what we're going to do now is we're going to put down their column, look what you bring, what they bring, all the other cards, and then we're going to assess it all. But already it's looking pretty good. There's a lot of groundedness here, so that Wheel of Fortune, it's not just spinning out in the air, is it? Which is brilliant for you, Gemini. Being an air sign, that is. You're grounding yourself. Okay, what are their thoughts towards this relationship, Gemini? Now, I must say, actually, before I put this card down, every single reading we've had, I haven't had a bad thought regarding the person in the relationship. So, maybe this will be different, but we'll see. The Three of Wands, yes. The good thoughts continue. So this is virtue. Okay, and this could be that they see virtue in you, or they are just being very virtuous in the way that they are thinking about this relationship. They're making sure they're doing it right. They're respecting you, and hopefully respecting themselves as well. And just respecting the relationship in general. And their feelings, Gemini. Temperance, also known as the Art card in the Thoth Tarot. And this is Sagittarius's major arcana. So we've got quite a lot of fire energy on their side. And Temperance is all about, it's not balancing, which is the Libra card, the Justice, or the Adjustment, should I say. And so, yeah, sorry, I don't know what happened there. It's not balancing, it's the balance at the end. It's the Alchemist, hence the Art card in the Thoth Tarot deck. It's bringing things together. You can see it as the advancement on your card, Gemini, the Lovers. The Lovers is like the first date, the romance, and the Temperance is the marriage, or cementing it in other ways. It's like growing old together, and in a beautiful way. Okay, so that's the Temperance card. So their heart feels at one with you, Gemini, at the moment, or at least it wants to, and their actions will tell us whether that is the case. The Hierophant. Okay, so this keeps coming up, the Hierophant, this year at Valentine's Day. So the Hierophant is like is looking for intuition, wants to connect with the divine. It's the shaman archetype. In other tarot decks, it is the Pope. But in this, it's got the Pope's stick there, but the rest of him is looking more like, I'd say actually more like a rabbi in that picture. And that's very much Taurus energy, so there's a bit of earth there. So maybe they are sussing out their intuition and trying to figure things out regarding this relationship. They've got virtue, they have balance, but they might not have intuition yet. Tapping into their more spiritual side, so we say. Just going to take a drink. Okay, so now we're going to look at what they bring to the relationship, Gemini. Another major arcana, the Magician. They're bringing magic to the relationship, literally. Wisdom, discernment, commitment, a little bit of spice, and all things nice. Now, the Magician is Mercury, and Mercury rules your sign, Gemini. So whatever they are bringing to the relationship, I can guarantee you're going to like it. That's the only way I could describe it, really. Whatever is magical to you, they are bringing. So just sit with that. Whatever is magical for you, they are bringing. So this is already a fantastic reading, Gemini. Let's hope it carries on in the future. But let's see what you're bringing to this relationship first. The Eight of Cups. Okay. So I'd say this is the first difficult card. There's no good or bad cards, but there's definitely difficult and easy cards. And the problem with the Eight of Cups is, the way I describe the Eight of Cups is the hangover card. It's you overdid it in the Seven of Cups, which is debauch. And now you have the Eight of Cups, which is indolence, which is laziness, but it's also it's not always intentional laziness. You're lazy after a hangover because you feel, overdoing it in something. So there's something you're doing and it's specifically emotional. There's something regarding your emotions that's causing some kind of indolence in this relationship. It could be that you're just going nowhere. And it might be that you're putting things up to chance too much, maybe with the Wheel of Fortune there. Or you are putting things to chance because things don't seem to be working out. But there's definitely a will for something to change there, as we've seen with the Two of Pentacles, the Two of Discs, in the actions position for you. So there's definitely something you want to change. And I think it is related to what you're bringing to the relationship at the moment. And maybe the Wheel of Fortune is that until now you didn't know whether it was you or them. But I think it's quite clear, and something to be mindful of, Gemini, that I think it is them that is bringing the magic. And I don't mean that as an insult. You are bringing stability, in a sense, and watching over this relationship and hoping it grows. But there is this bad taste in the mouth, and that's something to be mindful of. And maybe you already know, and this is why we have the change card here. You already know what it is. You already know what it is you need to change. So let's have a look at what the relationship's like at the moment. We have, look at that. It's your card. It's your card, Gemini, and it's the first time we've pulled this card in the Valentine's reading so far. We started with Aquarius because it is their season at the moment, and we've got to the Lover's card, your star card. It's not the star card, it's your star card. So this is very interesting, Gemini, because we have the Temperance card here. Now, as I've said in a previous reading, all star signs are compatible. Some are more compatible than others, and some of those are opposites. Opposites attract doesn't always work. It can work, and when it does, it's cool. And there are some opposites that really do work. I'll give an example of one that I personally don't think is as compatible, and that is Taurus and Scorpio. They can work. I'm not saying they don't work, but in terms of the opposites in the zodiac, they're kind of like the extreme example of the it's going to be difficult. And then on the other end of the spectrum, we have Gemini and Sagittarius. They really are like the twos that do work out of the opposites. I'm going to say Capricorn and Cancer as well, in a more traditional conservative sense, but in the kind of the broader sense of life, Gemini and Sag are just like two peas in a pod. And it's why I feel quite fortunate to have a South Node in Gemini and a North Node in Sag, because it's not too much of a transition. It's a necessary transition, that's why it's my North Node, but it's not, it's moving from being the pupil to the teacher. And if you remember what I said at the beginning, all teachers, good teachers, are pupils, are eternal pupils. The pupil is always teaching something to the teacher too. So this is very interesting, because your current relationship is reflecting what they want in their heart. So whilst there is a bad taste in the mouth at the moment, you're bringing it together. Yeah? And you put things to chance, and it's still coming together. And it might be because you're making these changes, Gemini, and you want this relationship to grow. So, and that's in a material sense, I must admit. I think the only problem here is that Eight of Cups at the moment. And we might see in the future cards how that is muddying the water. Because, if you look at the Eight of Cups card in the Thoth card, it is literally a swamp. A stagnant swamp, static emotion. It's a depression card. And we're going to see whether the changes you are making are either causing this or getting rid of this. Because at the moment, it looks like they're getting rid of it. And you've got, at the moment, it's looking great. Yeah? Again, this can be for a prospective relationship, a current relationship. And if it's a past relationship, there's something still going on. If it's a past relationship, this could be something's happened here that's caused it to end. But they are still open to this, yeah? And they definitely brought magic to your life. This could even be the current relationship in that sense. If it's a past relationship, could be a dream. And that's why it's not quite as epic as the Temperance card. No shade on you, Gemini, but Temperance is the advanced version of the Lovers, but you can't have it without the Lovers, so neither is better than the other. So now we're going to look at the near future, Gemini. I'm going to see whether this Eight of Cups is really affecting what's going on. I will just say now I'm going to make a sudden prediction. I think the Shadow card I think the Shadow card might be the Tower. I always go for a major arcana, but that's just the way I am. It could be the Tower is the major arcana, because there needs to be a sudden change. If the future cards don't play out, this could change after I see the future cards. And as a minor arcana, might be the Ace of Wands. But anyway, we're not there yet. We're going to look at the near future. So this is this card. The Ace of Pentacles. We've got an ace there. So that's new physical things. And that's because you are making sure this relationship happens in terms of physical things. So maybe you're going out on dates. Maybe you're purchasing things. Making sure you personally are stable physically through house, job, study. And this is proving that whatever you're doing now is creating some kind of new physical start in your life for both of you. This could be moving in together, for example, into a physical house. Okay, so that's positive. This is really positive. But let's have a look at the mid-future. Another ace, the Ace of Swords. So this is new ideas. This is clarity of thought, which is something which is a blessing to all Geminis, because as you probably know, you've got a lot of thoughts going on, just like Sagittarius. You've got a lot of thoughts going on, and clarity of thought is such a beautiful thing to have. It's pure objectivity. It's pure mindfulness, really. It's thoughts observing thoughts. And it could be that you see this is, and you see it for what it is, and you see that this is at the moment, the only difficult energy, and you go, no, what? I don't need that. I got something new. It's making me think new. Yeah. It's making me think differently now. I have this new thing in my life. And it's beautiful. This person, I'm not going to lie, this person has beautiful energy. They're wanting to get in touch with their intuition. They have balanced their inner masculine and feminine. They have got virtue. Yeah? Truth. They don't lie. And they bring the magic. This is really, really, really good for you, Gemini. But the final outcome is always the one we're looking for, isn't it? Now, I just will say, I haven't said this in the last video, actually, in the Taurus video, but I should have. The future is not determined. It can change. Really, we should be seeing these cards as advice. If these are difficult and ill-dignified, then it's telling us we need to change something here. If they're well-dignified, carry on what you're doing and get rid of the difficult ones. At the moment, we are very well-dignified. So we're just going to have a look at what is the final outcome. The Six of Pentacles. Oh my gosh, Gemini. We've got a lot of earth energy here. We've got a lot of earth energy there. We've got earth, 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 earth. Yeah. Wow. Wow. So what is the Six of Pentacles? So the Six of Pentacles is success. Balanced and harmonized physical resources. Tippereth. is the Sephiro it belongs to, which is known as Christ consciousness or Buddha nature, which I think is being reflected here by the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles. And you essentially have plenty to give. I mean, look here, she's giving to the beggars, and freely. So I'm not. It's called the Success card. What more do I need to say? This is going to be a success, and I think the thing that needs to change is this. And in this respect, because of all the other cards seem to be well dignified, this will be the well dignified interpretation of the Eight of Cups, which is actually how to get rid of the Eight of Cups. That's its well dignified interpretation, which is introspection, shadow work, and trying to turn around these addictions, this depression, this ill taste in the mouth. Yeah. And it might be that you don't need to put things to chance anymore. Okay, especially after seeing this reading. If you are working on your emotional state at the moment, Gemini, if you're gaining emotional intelligence, and it looks like you're actively seeking these changes in your life, there's so much beautiful energy here, and this person is a beautiful person. Yeah, even if you don't end up being in a relationship with them, it is beautiful. They are a beautiful person, and if you are going to be in a relationship with them, we're going to see these beautiful things happening. Yeah, a new start, new ideas, and success. It's as simple as that. I don't need to get metaphysical about this. And I must say, this is one of my favourite cards in this tarot deck. I love the Temperance card. I just like golden angel wings. I'm a simple man. And I do like the Magician card as well. I like that look he's got. But we still have the Shadow card. So after seeing this, do I still think it is going to be the Ace of Wands and the Tower card? So we got two aces already. So if it was the Ace of Wands, the warning would be, don't get cocky. Don't get cocky, kid, as they say in Star Wars. Yeah. Because after seeing this reading, you could be like, it's going to be fine. But remember, the future is not set. Yeah, you have to carry on doing this shadow work. And in the same respect, the Tower. Watch out for curveballs. Anything can happen in life. Crazy stuff can happen. And, we can't change the crazy stuff, but we can change how we react to it. Okay. So I'm going to pull the card from the bottom. If you have a prediction, please put it in the comments below before I pull it. I don't know what I can give you if you get it right, apart from your ego being inflated. Let's have a look. Okay, so we have the Page of Pentacles. So we had this in Taurus's reading, actually. I shuffled the cards. So the Page of Pentacles is waiting for it to happen. And I think this is a very clear thing to be mindful of. It's very simple. Stop waiting for it to happen. You know what I was saying about you don't have to put things to chance anymore, Gemini? Make it happen. And it looks like you're trying to make it happen. Yeah. I think you're waiting here as well, and you're waiting now too long. You're waiting for this. Yeah, but I'm telling you, this is happening. The magic is happening. You don't have to rely on fertilizer and water anymore. You don't have to rely on fertilizer and water anymore. You can make it happen with magic, and the magic is love. Yeah. This person has virtue, this person has balance, this person is looking for intuition. And I think they found it with the Magician card. Stop waiting, Gemini, and do it. And I know it can be hard because, Gemini, you're in two minds, at least two minds all the time. if not more. So stop waiting. And this card is saying, go for it. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Nothing ventured, nothing gained, as they say. And just see what happens. And if it doesn't happen, then hey, you know, the next shadow card could have been the Fool card. So yeah, that is very interesting. I'm not going to lie, Gemini, this is the best one we've had so far. We've still got, oh dear me, we've got Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius and Capricorn. So we've still got 7 more to go. But so far this has been absolutely beautiful reading, Gemini. It's been a pleasure to have you here. If you enjoyed the video and you found something useful from it, please hit that like button. And if you'd like to see future videos as well, looking at your Sun, Rising, Moon and Venus sign, please hit the subscribe button and the bell icon. I don't just do readings, I also do tutorials on all the different cards of the Thoth deck, going through the symbolism and the divinatory interpretations, because there's a hell of a lot of symbolism in those cards. And I also go through tutorials on how to do these spreads. So if you want to know how to do tarot spreads yourself, then please feel free to subscribe, hit the bell icon so you don't miss any future videos. And it's been wonderful having you here, Gemini, and I wish you all the best in whatever's going on here, because it's amazing. Right, I'll see you next time, and goodbye.